folks, we're going into space with this. We're taking a look at how to make this face in a space helmet. Okay, so this is the original. So I'll take this layer off. Okay, so I was sent this, which comprises of two videos. One I was sent was this animation. Okay, hang on, we've got turn that off, and we've just got this animated video here, which has got a little mask on it. You can see, which we're actually not going to use. Okay, I'll leave it on for now, but and take that off. And this video, which is singer here, and it's got an effect on it, circle to go around the face. And the question I was given was, can I make it into something kind of more spacey? Okay, so just do a few undos. There we go. Bring that back. There it is. That's what we wanted. Okay, so we've got a bit of a shine from the helmet. We've got some stars in there. I also removed the background. Okay, so first of all, let me just get rid of that one that we've done. So because I'm in Premiere, okay, I want to send this to After Effects. This is definitely an After Effects job. So I'm going to take the clips I want to do, and here's a little tip. What I like to do, I'm just going to duplicate these, use the Alt key and drag them up, because I always like to have a backup copy still on the timeline, just in case I want to go back to the original. Okay, and I'm just going to take these, and I'm just going to remove these effects. Okay, for now, and okay, I'm going to take that opacity off there, and I'm just going to render and replace. This is just something I like to do. Individual clips. Okay, and next to original media. Yeah, don't need that. Okay, I'm just going to do this quickly. Now, the reason I like to do this is when I send this to After Effects, I don't get all the rest of the clips. See, this clip goes on forever. So when I'm doing things in After Effects, I don't have to kind of work out which bit of the clip I should be working on. Okay, so now I've got these two clips. Okay, and just like before. Okay, and I've got this clip here, which is there it is. Okay, I can put this effect back on, and still just the same. All right, so I'll leave that effect on. Okay, so I'm going to take these two clips and do replace with After Effects composition. So you don't have to do that stage of render and replace, but I just like to do that. It just simplifies things in After Effects, means I've just got that length of clip to work on. And I'm going to call this helmet, and hit save. And there we go. So here's our guy. Okay, so get rid of this mask, don't need that. I'm going to do a different method. Okay, and he can go on top like so. Right, there he is. And what we need to do is, first of all, match the movement of this clip, okay, to the movement of the helmet. So we're going to take the bottom layer, which is the animation layer, and we're going to do a track motion. So right click and go to this menu here, track motion. So I want to track both the position and the rotation. It's rotating left and right. Okay, so I'm going to click on that too, and I'm going to just scroll in a little bit to zoom in. The nice thing about this is I've got two very definite track points I can use. Okay, so if you've got something with good contrast, they make good track points. Okay, so if I hit the play button, let's see how that works. Okay, now it's just lost it there, and it did this before. So what I find is sometimes just messing about with this, I'm going to make this little outer box a little bigger. Try that. Okay, and that keeps it. It's not lost the track. So if you find the track jumps, you can either just move it back into place or just try resizing these boxes. I find that often helps. Okay, and what we need now, I'm going to do a new go to the layer menu, do a new null object. Okay, and this is going to be, if I click over on the right hand side, you see where it says edit target, I'm going to choose null 1. Okay, and this null layer, okay, this is going to be our basically our controller for the head layer. So I'm going to apply the tracking to there. Okay, and alright, I'm going to take this layer and I'm going to move it into about the right spot. Okay, it's just, and I'll start at the beginning, get it in the middle. Okay, and the null's just there. So what I like to do is move the anchor point of this layer just on, so it's on that null. There it is. Boom. So when I parent this to that, so I take the parent, so I'm parenting the face layer to the null object. Okay, they both got the same anchor point, so they should both move nicely together. There they go. Brilliant. All right. Okay, so now we just need to make this layer a bit more spacey. I'm actually going to go into the circle here. Just maybe just increase the feathering. Okay, feather that out more. That'll just help. So it kind of reaches the edges of the mask there. All right. And what I'm going to do now is just take this layer and I'm going to just go back to composition. I'm going to right click on that and choose pre-compose. Okay, I'm going to use the top option. I'll call this helmet. There we go. There it is. Double click on that. Okay, there's our clip. Now, this isn't shot on a green screen, so using something like key light won't work. You know, do that. Make a selection. Oops, I'm just going to end up. Make it fit. Okay, so just try and do that. Everything's going to disappear no matter what I try and fiddle about with. Okay, it's just going to not work. Boom. It's just going to be a mess. All right. So the background and foreground are too similar to key, but there's another trick up After Effects sleeve, and it's a really brilliant thing called rotoscope. Okay, so to access the rotoscope, you need to just double click this layer so it opens up in the layer menu. Okay, see, just a unique thing about the rotoscope, you have to be in the layer menu. So you can access that, you see in composition there. Okay, and when I click on the roto brush tool, I've got no settings, but when I jump on here, click on the roto brush, now I can do this. So the rotoscope tool has really improved in recent years. I'm going to take this and I'm just going to draw around his head there, and there we go. Get the ears in and just get a bit of that chin there. Okay, and if I look on I can see the different backgrounds. You can see there, that's cutting his head out quite nicely. If you want to sort of remove bits, you can use the option key. Okay, so maybe I can just trim it in there, but you can see there, that's the boundary of where we're cutting out. So if you don't have a green screen, this is a fiddlier but another viable option. So now I've got my first frame. I'm just going to hit the space bar or just hit the play button, and it's going to track the outline of the head. Okay, it's following those edges, and it's doing it much faster than it used to and doing it much better. It's got a much better engine now for the rotoscope. So I'm not really having to stop and adjust this at all. Okay, so there we go. Rotoscoping that is, it's really clinging to those edges. nice. So if I go into composition there, you can see it's trimmed that, and well, I've done a great job very quickly. So what I might do as well is I might feather that a little more, just help with the blending. I might just shift the edge back in a bit. Okay, just shift that back a little bit, and that looks nice and smooth. Okay, so now just to save, something I like to do is, now I'm kind of happy with it, I'm gonna freeze this so that it doesn't have to keep calculating the rotor brush every time it wants to play back. So if you click on that, okay, once you're happy you've got it done, we'll just let that happen, and this will just speed up your further work, because it'll basically render this rotoscope, and so every time you try and play this back, it won't have to kind of calculate the frames. Okay, that's done. Jump back to composition there. That's nice. Okay, so we now jump back from this pre-comp to the main comp. You can see there that now is nicely inside the helmet. Okay, that's working nicely. I might just reduce the feather a little bit, and then expand the radius slightly. Just, yeah, I think that's better. All just a bit of playing about. Okay, so it's not bad, but I want to just jazz this up slightly. So I'm going to go back into here, just make it fit. Okay, there's our helmet layer. Close that. Just close, get to the right layer. Okay, just double click on here, get back into this layer. Okay, so that's where we were before, that's now been roto brushed. So I'm gonna put a background on this new solid, just a black background. Okay, and then I'm also gonna add to this another new solid, and I'm going to make this a white solid. I'm going to call it stars. Okay, and I'm going to go into the effects. I'm going to type in star. There it is, star and space B, CC starburst. Drop that on. Okay, and I'm going to. Oops. My bad. There we go. I needed to make the stars white. Sorry, I forgot to do that. There we go. It's got this starburst, which is crazy. Okay, so we've created a white solid. Okay, and I'm going to increase the scatter, because we just want little pings of stars. I'm going to change the speed to maybe 0.2. Okay, so we've got these slow. Okay, it's getting very 70s now. Alright, and that'll do. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to File, and I've just found online, okay, this this image. Oops. Glass image. I'm going to open that, drop this on. Bit small, doesn't matter. Let's scale this up. It's kind of bigger like that. Okay, I'm going to make sure it's in the center. There it is. Okay, and let's see. So now we can see now we've got this kind of glass. We need to just blend this in now. I'll just double click to go back to there, and I'm going to change. Okay, I need to open my modes. If you can't see your modes, just go to the very bottom, toggle switches modes. Okay, and I'm going to choose pin light. Okay, and I'm going to take the opacity and take that right down quite low. So I'll take the opacity down to about 25%. Okay, and now we can see we've got these like reflections on the glass. Okay, but I also want to do make his face a little more contrasty and also light it from below. So I'm going to create a new adjustment layer and just have that above the face layer, and I'm just going to mask that adjustment layer about halfway along, like so. And I'm going to hit the F key for feather and just feather that quite a lot. And then I'm just going to take a brightness effect, brightness and contrast, and increase the brightness just on the bottom half. So we're getting a more of an uplit effect. I might take the contrast down slightly. Okay, so we're getting there, something like that. And also I'm going to go and want a bit more overall contrast on his face. So I'm going to take the curves effect. I'm going to put some curves on this layer, on Luke's layer, and just kind of make that more punchy. Okay, like so. Might even play with the colours a bit more sci-fi, take a little bit of red out. Give it a more kind of sci-fi green. Just play about until, alright, something that you're kind of happy with. There's a blue. That looks okay. Okay, so go back to here and we've got the stars, we've got this glass, and what I'd like to do with the glass, just double click on that, is I'm just going to click on the glass layer and hit R, add a keyframe, and then I'm just going to have that like rotating around. So it's like light, it's kind of spinning in space there. It's giving that impression that its mask is capturing light as it spins around. And there you have it. Okay. So quite a few little stages there. You know, you could just put the head in and track it, but all these little extras, the glass, the stars, putting a little rotation on the glass, all this kind of thing just helps sell the effect. All right, so have fun with that, and thanks for watching. Cheers.